Finding the best adjustable wrench sounds simple until one slips off a rusted bolt and destroys your knuckles in half a second. And that's exactly the problem. Most adjustable wrenches look almost identical online. So in this video, the goal wasn't just to find decent adjustable wrenches. It was to figure out which ones are actually worth buying in real-world situations. Plumbing repairs, automotive work, frozen fasteners, tight engine bays, DIY projects, emergency fixes, everything. Starting off at number 6 is the WORKPRO 8-inch adjustable wrench, and this thing punches way above its price point. Right away, the first thing that stands out is the build quality. For a relatively affordable wrench, the heat-treated chrome vanadium steel construction feels solid in the hand. No cheap flex, no flimsy feel. It actually gives off that dependable workshop tool vibe the second you pick it up. In real-world use, this wrench works especially well for homeowners and DIY users who need one reliable all-purpose tool. Tightening plumbing fittings under a sink? Great. Adjusting bicycle hardware? Easy. Basic automotive maintenance? No problem. The laser-etched metric and SAE scales are surprisingly useful too because they make quick jaw adjustments much faster than constantly eyeballing bolt sizes. But here's where things get interesting. The jaw opening is wider than many standard 8-inch wrenches, which means it can handle larger fasteners without jumping to a bigger tool. That sounds small, but during actual projects, it saves time constantly switching tools. Now the downside. Under repeated heavy torque, there's a little worm gear slack that starts showing up. It's not terrible, but professionals doing constant high-pressure work will notice it. The black oxide finish also scratches fairly easily during rough metal-on-metal jobs. Compared to the CRAFTSMAN set later in this list, the WORKPRO offers wider jaw versatility, but the CRAFTSMAN feels slightly tighter and more refined mechanically. Still, for the money, this thing is hard to beat, especially for casual users wanting durability without overspending. At number 5 is the SEDY adjustable wrench set, and this one immediately feels different because it's clearly designed around comfort and versatility. Instead of getting one wrench, you're getting a 6-inch, 8-inch, and 10-inch setup that covers almost every common repair situation most people run into. And honestly, the cushion grips make a huge difference. That might sound minor until you're halfway through a stubborn plumbing repair with oily hands and a bare steel handle digging into your palm. The padded grips here provide noticeably better control during high torque applications, especially when dealing with larger bolts or corroded fittings. The extra wide jaw capacity is another major advantage. Smaller wrenches can surprisingly handle larger hardware than expected, which makes this set incredibly versatile for maintenance workers, mechanics, and serious DIY users. But there's a catch. The wider jaw profile also makes the wrench heads bulkier. In open spaces, that's fine. In tight engine compartments or cramped mechanical assemblies, it becomes frustrating fast. Sometimes the wrench simply won't fit where slimmer competitors can slide right in. Compared to the WORKPRO, the SEDY set definitely wins on comfort and versatility. But the WORKPRO sometimes feels slightly more rigid under maximum pressure. So if comfort matters more than ultra-tight tolerances, SEDY becomes a very attractive option. Another thing worth mentioning is the value factor. Buying 3 quality adjustable wrenches separately usually costs significantly more. Here, you're basically building an entire adjustable wrench toolkit in one purchase. For maintenance professionals or homeowners constantly tackling different projects, that convenience matters more than people think. Coming in at number 4 is the CRAFTSMAN 3-piece adjustable wrench set, and this is the definition of classic reliability. No gimmicks, no flashy redesigns, just traditional adjustable wrenches done properly. The first thing noticeable during testing was how tight the adjustment mechanism feels. There's very little jaw play here, which becomes extremely important when breaking loose stubborn hardware. Cheaper adjustable wrenches often wobble under pressure, causing slipping and rounded fasteners. The CRAFTSMAN set feels far more controlled. And that slimmer head profile? Huge advantage. This is where the CRAFTSMAN set absolutely destroys bulkier, wide-jaw competitors. Tight engine bays. Plumbing behind appliances. Hard-to-reach mechanical assemblies. These wrenches fit where others struggle badly. That said, the all-steel construction comes with trade-offs. During prolonged high-force use, the handles can become uncomfortable fast. No padding, no texture, and if your hands are oily, the polished chrome finish can actually become slippery. Still, these feel incredibly dependable. The polished finish wipes clean easily after greasy automotive work, and the lifetime warranty adds long-term peace of mind. That matters because adjustable wrenches tend to become lifetime tools if purchased correctly. Compared to the SEDY set, the Craftsman sacrifices comfort for precision and access. Professionals working in confined spaces will probably appreciate that trade-off immediately. And here's something many buyers overlook. A slimmer wrench head often matters more than jaw width in actual repair scenarios. Because if the tool can't physically reach the fastener, maximum opening capacity means nothing. That's exactly why this set earned such a strong position on the list. At number 3 is the Amazon Basics 10-inch locking adjustable wrench, and this thing feels like the angry problem solver of the entire lineup. This isn't your standard adjustable wrench. It combines traditional adjustable sizing with locking plier functionality, which completely changes how it performs under pressure. And when dealing with stripped bolts or frozen hardware, that difference becomes massive. Once locked down, the jaws clamp onto fasteners with serious gripping power. No constant slipping. No readjusting every few seconds. No smashed knuckles because the wrench suddenly gave up halfway through a turn. For automotive work, rusted plumbing hardware, or damaged nuts, this tool becomes incredibly useful, especially for DIY users who don't already own specialty locking tools. But there's an obvious downside. The locking mechanism adds bulk, a lot of it. Compared to standard adjustable wrenches, this thing feels heavier, thicker, and less maneuverable in tight spaces. Inside cramped engine bays, the larger body can become frustrating quickly. It also lacks the quick visual sizing skills found on modern adjustable wrenches, which slightly slows setup time. Still, the grip security is seriously impressive, and that added safety factor matters. Slipping tools are one of the fastest ways to injure your hands during repairs. Compared to premium locking wrench brands like Irwin Vice Grip, the Amazon Basics version offers surprisingly strong value for the price. The premium brands feel more refined mechanically, but not enough to justify huge price differences for most users. If standard adjustable wrenches constantly slip during your projects, this tool solves that problem aggressively. Taking the number 2 spot is the Toolant 7-inch Pliers Wrench, and this one completely changes the conversation because, technically, it doesn't behave like a traditional adjustable wrench at all. This is more of a precision gripping tool designed for delicate surfaces, plumbing fixtures, and damage-free fastening applications. And honestly, for certain jobs, it's incredible. The smooth parallel jaws are the star here. Instead of biting aggressively into surfaces like traditional serrated tools, these jaws grip evenly without scratching chrome fixtures, polished plumbing hardware, or decorative finishes. That makes it ridiculously useful for bathroom installations, sink repairs, appliance fittings, and premium plumbing work where appearance actually matters. The quick adjust button mechanism also speeds things up dramatically. Instead of spinning a worm gear endlessly, jaw sizes change almost instantly. But there's a catch here too. The thicker head design limits access in recessed spaces, and the adjustment button can occasionally feel stiff until broken in properly. Still, the mechanical leverage is excellent. The rubberized grips stay comfortable during extended use, and the squeezing force multiplies effectively during stubborn fastening tasks. Compared directly to the legendary Knipex Pliers Wrench, the Toolant version obviously isn't as refined. The Knipex feels slimmer, smoother, and more premium overall. But the price difference is huge, and for most homeowners or DIY users, the Toolant delivers most of the same functionality at a much more accessible cost. This is the kind of tool people buy for one project, then suddenly start using constantly because it handles delicate work so well. And finally, taking the number 1 spot is the Crescent 12-inch adjustable wrench. And honestly, this ranking almost feels inevitable. There's a reason Crescent remains one of the most respected names in adjustable wrenches. This tool simply does everything well. Strength, leverage, grip stability, durability, balance. It feels like a professional tool the second heavy torquey gets involved. The 12-inch length provides massive leverage for stubborn fasteners. Rusted suspension bolts, large plumbing fittings, industrial hardware. This wrench handles jobs that smaller adjustable wrenches struggle with badly. But the real standout feature is the hex jaw design. Instead of concentrating pressure on fastener corners, the jaw geometry grips flatter surfaces more securely, reducing slippage and lowering the risk of rounding nuts under high torque. And during testing, that difference absolutely showed up. The adjustment mechanism also feels impressively refined. Smooth movement, minimal jaw play, reliable grip consistency even under heavy force. Now yes, it's heavier than smaller competitors. Extended overhead work can become tiring, and the bare steel handle isn't exactly luxurious during maximum force applications. But this tool wasn't designed for comfort-first casual use. It was built for serious work. Compared to the Irwin equivalent, the Crescent feels slightly more balanced and offers a wider jaw opening. And long-term durability here is excellent. This is the kind of wrench people keep for decades. Now, before choosing one, here's the important reality most buyers miss. Not every adjustable wrench should be used for every job. If you mainly handle household repairs and general DIY tasks, the WORKPRO gives excellent value without overspending. If comfort and versatility matter most, the SEDY set is incredibly practical. For tight mechanical spaces, the slimmer CRAFTSMAN design makes a huge difference. The Amazon Basics locking wrench is perfect for frozen or damaged fasteners. And if you're protecting delicate plumbing fixtures, the toolant Pliers Wrench becomes almost unbeatable. But for pure all-around performance, the Crescent stands above the rest because it handles heavy-duty work with confidence and consistency. So here's the final breakdown. Best overall goes to the Crescent 12-inch adjustable wrench because of its outstanding leverage, grip stability, and professional-grade durability. Best budget option is the WORKPRO 8-inch, thanks to its impressive quality-to-price ratio. Best complete set goes to the SEDY kit for versatility and comfort. Best for tight spaces is easily the CRAFTSMAN set. Best for stubborn fasteners goes to the Amazon Basics locking wrench. And best for delicate plumbing and chrome fixtures is definitely the toolant Pliers Wrench. At the end of the day, the best adjustable wrench really depends on the type of work being done most often. Buying the wrong style can make every repair harder than it needs to be. Check the links below for current prices and availability because some of these go on sale surprisingly often. And if one of these already lives in your toolbox, let everyone know which one has survived the most abuse.